Proxy Table Gaming, PTG, I'm Hyper G, he's Lucky Sixes.
Sup.
I'm relaxed. I'm in my living room instead of the kitchen
Chilled,
for a
mate.
nice
You look
change.
chilled.
Chilling out,
You look,
just lying
you sound
back,
chilled.
yeah.
Yeah, you're maxing
Absolutely.
relaxing.
Gonna jump up and down on the sofa because laptop's on my lap. It's all good, isn't
Very
it?
good, mate. Very good.
I won't laugh too much. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Cool, right. Apart from the epileptic fit we've just given everyone, let's have a battle report, shall we?
Battle report, and we keep the in real life
I know
going,
we do. It's
and
great, isn't it?
after
Yeah.
after the little hobgoblin uh,
Hmm.
scurry, which I think we'll go
Yeah.
back to. I think that was quite pretty cool.
It's good fun, isn't it?
We
Well, one of our good viewers has requested more Hobgoblin lists,
yes,
so we'll have to go back to it at some point to please the audience.
yeah.
But in the meantime, let's have a classic.
A classic, mate. Going back
El
to
Clasico.
now that we can get models on tables, bums on seats.
Yeah, yeah.
We both wanted to get our first loves
Yeah.
out
Yeah,
on the
well,
belt.
yeah. I don't know, Saurian Orcs were my first love, but
Okay,
I wouldn't want to upset my Orcs by saying.
main projects.
Yeah, I mean, Saurians kind of took over once I realised dinosaurs were in them. But originally it was Orcs and Goblins because of Lord of the Rings. But anyway, we digress. So you're bringing out the boring, the Highborn Elves. Yeah, of course.
Slander,
I haven't
slander.
seen them. Haven't seen them in ages, have we?
No, we haven't. We had the Warhol one, I guess. But I mean this, yeah. It's nice to get back on it.
Brushing the dust off the models, wasn't it? Really?
It genuinely was.
Yeah, yeah. Frontline Clash can't get any more simple than that, can you? And capture the flags.
Capture damn flags.
Mm-hmm.
Flaggy.
Yep, and here be your sort of list.
Sort of list. Although I don't have an eagle because
No.
so
It
this is
says
a
it
list.
right there.
It says
but-
it, and this is actually after I changed it to
Yeah,
what I now have to have it. But I had
yeah.
more Queen's Guard and no eagle basically,
Yes,
and
yes, you did.
so we're going from like this list pretty much in two eagles. I basically lost two eagles in all the updates and everything.
I know, sad times.
Yeah.
Usually, like you gain 70 sea guard, don't you?
At least.
With every update,
At least,
you know?
yeah. So no, yeah. So lost my eagles, but everything else stayed the same. Now I was umming and ahhing between, even before the battle, whether to put my eagles in or have Cat Claw, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
it's just I just couldn't take him out. I just couldn't.
No, he's iconic.
Yeah.
He's
But
the
then I've
first
got
properly named model, wasn't
yeah. Then Suicidian Death Wish.
Death Wish, yeah.
So I was like, But
Do
it's
you
like
want to take us
juggling
through this list, though, a
children.
little bit? Because
Sure.
anyone who's a newer to the channel might not have seen
Yeah.
your
So
Highborn Elf list, really.
going through it a little bit, I've got a mage and a young dragon. He's changed a little bit on what mount he goes on, whether he's a dragon, young dragon, or whatnot. But essentially, Order of the Fiery Heart, Pyromancy I've decided on, and a 2-up armor with hard target and magic resistance.
Magic resistance,
basically. But that's just basically he pings around, does loads of pyromancy, hurt, a couple of breath weapons, and then if I have to support with the dragon, because of the synergy with the spells, he normally does alright. Unless he goes in on his
definitely.
own. I don't want to really send him on his own. Spear Prince, High Prince, pretty much what you'd see on the tin.
Can opener.
Everyone will have seen this sort of model. I tend to go with Protection of Dorak to give him a 1-up and Defensive Skill 9 rather than the 4-up, 4-up, which a lot of people do. But yeah, so him. And then BSB, just Master Culinary Tower. I make sure that all of them have Dragonforge armor, so I have a 6-up Aegis save.
Naturally.
Lucky sixes.
Yeah. It speaks for itself.
Then 26 Sea Guard, Navigator's Banner, Defensive 5 and -1 to hit on the first round is pretty good.
Yeah, that's very good.
31 Spears with Warbaron Rhymer gives them a bit of utility. They can either charge or be
Yeah,
defensive.
you've not looked back since bringing that unit in, actually, have you? That was one of your
Yeah,
most recent changes, adding that whole unit.
yeah. It's always that or rending, and I always think rending is just
I
ultra
meant the unit
defensive.
generally,
Oh
actually,
right,
because
yeah,
I mean, they used to be your Lancers, didn't it? But they got cut, and
yeah.
you weren't really sure what to replace them with. But they came in,
Yeah,
and
it's a decent sized unit as well. It's not too
it is,
big, but
it is,
it's
yeah.
not small enough to just die. I think. Six Knights Rhymer Musician.
Hmm.
That is the min maxing. We've decided on that unit as well.
Hmm.
Catclaw, Line Chariot. No eagles whatsoever, so
No,
forget about
don't
it.
be fooled. Yeah.
The piece de resistance in this list, the Queen's Guard, with
Yeah,
Banner of Carmine. Um, Banner of Carmine used to come from character allowance as well,
sure.
which I just can't fit in mainly because of Master and
No,
Conqueror Tower. He just keeps going up every time, and then
as it should.
as it should because it's broken. And
Yes.
two Sea Guard Recubus. Just to
Yeah, I mean they haven't they're quite new to the scene as well, aren't they, the Reapers?
Yeah, again, I used to have two Knights of Rhymer units. Now I have one Knight of Rhymer and Sea Guard Reapers.
Mm,
They just
yeah.
add a lot of threat for cowboys and stuff that sometimes I can't take out.
Except you can't really get away with deceptively shooty anymore, can you?
No, it's not. It's very shooty.
Yeah, you're just playing a gun line, really, aren't you?
Just a gun line.
Cool. So moving on to my Saurian Ancients. Um, Lovingly back after a bit of a breather for the
Yeah.
Universal Battle breather, really. Um, Back with them. I haven't really changed this list at all. I don't think it's slightly different in the there's more chameleons, basically. Yeah, after playing Black Cloaks for Dread Elves,
Yeah.
just you know,
You just
you
need
get
more
used
of
to
them.
it.
Yeah.
You just get used to it, yeah. But I'll tell you what, after playing Black Coats, it makes chameleons look poor. It really does. So yeah. Anyway, so Skin Captain BSB on the Engine of the Ancients on the Taurosaur with the Starfall Shard and Magic Resistance. So again, hard target Magic Resistance. It's the combination, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
The big beastie. Two Skink Captains on foot, one of which has Ranger's Boots for a movement 8/16, which is very good for a little chaff.
Yeah, really
The
good.
other one, Talisman of Void, the Void, just so to be late game chaff, so he gives as much channel as possible, and then he dies. The Quattle Lord, Essence of Free Mind, Alchemy and Divination. I go Alchemy and Divination. I love Divination. I haven't really found many reasons to take Alchemy lately, so I'm actually thinking of dropping Essence of Free Mind and Alchemy
Yeah.
and just sticking with Divination because I just love it so much. So that's to be decided in the future. And I always go with Symbiosis so that he can cast via the Engine of the Ancients or via the Stygiosaur.
Yeah.
I like that combination. And then Grasp of the Immortal, so I'm +2 to cast and
Yeah.
an extra channel. So I've actually got quite a lot of channels going on in this. I've actually
Yeah,
got channel
and
4.
Sun Tablet allows you to take 5 and 6, doesn't it? Whereas
Correct,
any
even though
other
you're using
index,
Essence, yeah. Core is pretty standard for what it normally is. 25 Saurian Warriors with Spears, Flaming Standard, and Piranha. Then 2 units of Skink Braves. So it's not Skink Cloud by any means, but it's
There's some.
elements of it.
Yeah,
I just like Saurian Warriors. I can't take all Skinks in the core
yeah.
because I just like Saurian Warriors too much. 2 units of only 5 Raptor Riders. This is the most changeable unit in my Saurian list. I go from 1 block of 10 to 1 block of 6 to 2 blocks of 5. It changes all the while, and I'm still not happy, really.
Yeah.
So in this one, I've gone 2 blocks of 5 with Musicians. Surprisingly decent amount of punch for their charge with Lances. And obviously 2 up armor, but there's that. 4 Rampant Riders. I just love the concept more than I like the unit, really. Just crazy flying dinosaurs, really. Who doesn't love them? Yeah, two units of chameleons who are 113, 19. That's just to make panic tests harder. You have to kill more if you go 1 above the 12 or 8 mark, basically. Weapon Beast, Salamander, just chaff and flamey. Can't really achieve much on his own, though, but still. He's still movement 6/12, so not bad.
Yeah.
And a Stygiosaur Mystic Traveller, who I love. And obviously,
Yeah.
Nemiroth painted him up nicely, so he'll always be in there, probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Nice little rundown of our old lists. worth doing because we haven't seen him in a while. Aren't you a happy lad? Genuinely happy to be back on the tabletop, aren't we?
Oh
Really?
yeah, we were so
Yeah.
happy. As we said this in the last thing, so when we're yeah,
Yeah.
plenty of battles coming your
Mm.
way, guys, as well. So
Yeah. We actually just were so happy we decided not to use the flanks of the battlefield and just put everything in the middle. Really.
yeah, it's just fight. Let's just fight.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Roll some dice and fight.
Yeah. Fight. I'm going to say you're going first. You always do.
I'm sure I dropped for first.
I'm sure you do. Sure you do.
I think I did because I'm so far forward with my bolt throws.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think actually, yeah, I won the roll off to choose sides. That's right, because my Saurian list and having chameleons, I will choose to drop for first when I'm playing Saurians. So the fact that I haven't got first turn is because I haven't dropped for first myself.
Yeah.
So actually, you have beaten me to the punch.
And I will choose to drop first if I play.
No matter what the army. Exactly, yeah. So on the left-hand side, I've got a unit of Raptors with the Saurian warriors behind them. Idea is just to get the Raptors onto the hill, keep the Dragon Rhymer Knights back as long as possible. Stidge and Engine of the Gods in the middle with the Quattle Skinks behind. One Skink Captain in there. Another unit of Raptor Riders in the middle with a Salamander behind. The Ramphadons, who can Vanguard. Big unit of Chameleons and the Skinks in the forest. Everything except for the Skinks in the forest are within 6 inches of my Taurosaur. So get a 5 up ages to range, which is pretty cool. That's why I've been compact, really.
Absolutely.
And over to you for your
deployment. So from the top left, Knights of Rhymer, Bolt Thrower, Queen's Guard, Sea Guard with both on foot characters in, Spears, Bolt Thrower, Cat Claw, and my Dragon. Quite happy in the end, because obviously I dropped, quite happy that my Dragon can see a lot of your Skinks and has that sort of, and the Skinks and Ramphadons, because I think really his Pyro is going to be the main thing that burns off a lot of your weaker units. I'm not going to be able to touch your Raptors, probably for the most part the monsters or the warriors with Pyro, so he's on the right side. So that's half the battle with him most of the time anyway, so I'm pretty happy. The rest will just do a job. So
yeah, I mean, you say that. I can't honestly really remember how much of the matchups I determined, because obviously you deployed everything, so I potentially got the choice of the matchups. I don't really recall thinking about it, as terrible as that is. Like that genuinely sounds horrifying to me now, because I've just come from like the Vampire tournament where I was literally analysing every matchup, and I can't remember a thing about this deployment.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is there. I can see it plain as day, but I can't remember why I chose whatnot. And hearing you say Dragon versus Skinks, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why didn't I avoid that?
Like, he doesn't really want to go into combat with anything. Maybe Raptors on the side sort of thing is the only thing he wants to go into. And he can take, because he's 2 up armor and hard target. He can take the shots. He's res 5 anyway, so you get some poison on him. 2 up armor is pretty good. I had the choice between 2 up armor against everything or 1 up against magical and 3 up against everything else. And I think 2 up against everything is better, just in terms of items and stuff.
Easier to remember as well.
It is. It's quite right. But so everything like Cat Claw on the hill, but not really. It's more just defending the Bolt Thrower, and the same with the Rhymer Knights, just make sure nothing gets around the side really.
So I think we got a few close-up picks just because we were so excited to be on the tabletop.
Skim through.
So good close-up of the Arc of Sight.
Yes.
This
is a water feature. Some Sea Guard.
I love your original.
I know. It's so basic, isn't it?
There's still better than anything I've done. So
So that block toad in as well. You can see his Cat Claw and the spears.
Beauty.
And then Dragon. Here we go. And then lovely group picture.
Yeah, well done, Nemra, for painting the stitches. I didn't. I didn't paint the chameleons either, but yeah, cool.
Yeah, you painted all the
Yeah,
skinks and
all
stuff,
right.
though, didn't you? So,
I did. Yeah, they do. They do for me. They do
yeah,
for
man,
me.
they're good. I like the colour scheme.
Hmm.
But enough being
It's
nice. This is a battle. God damn
it
it.
is, and burn skinks you will. So you just turn
Yes.
around in your first turn, don't you? Because
Yeah.
I put the other chameleons on that little
Yeah.
pawn there.
Again, like, don't mind doing this. Because and I know he's like not facing anything to do that, but I've got enveloping embers that can hit the other stuff, and I'm not gonna get more than like 2 spells off. So I'm like, well, if I can pump it into these chameleons, that's 200 points.
I don't think you mean enveloping embers. You mean scorching salvo, don't you?
Squishy Salvo is what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy. I don't mind losing him for a turn facing wise,
No.
because this is all points, you know. And if he stays out of the battle most of the time and does that, then I'm pretty happy. So yep.
Yeah, and plus that chameleon unit, if you do leave it alone, it's only a turn before they're shooting your bolt thrower dead.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. So
you do pyro, flow, kill most of them, and the others flee off.
yeah,
So
just cheap points.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Your favourite spell?
Altered sight. Although it's not quite as you see on there, I've got new cards now as well.
Yeah, you do.
But it's +2 offensive and +1 aim, which is still good for that unit. But the main thing was the defensive, for me, that made it the all-round best spell for the
Sure.
Master. And hardly anyone else took it, even when it was that. I didn't see why not. But without the defensive element, I'm not quite as keen.
Is it +2 offensive now?
+2 offensive
+1.
and +1 aim. So they've taken out the defensive.
Sure.
So, but yeah, so I get that this is for the aim basically for now.
Of course.
Yeah, and the offensive is still good. It takes me to offensive 6, which is just awesome.
Very good.
But it's the defensive not being in it sucks a bit for me. But just specifically with the Seaguard, that's all.
Yeah.
Multiple
So
shots?
Seaguard, I think, opened up on the Taurosaur, didn't they?
Sure.
Whereas Queensguard was strength 4 and opened up on the Stygiosaur.
Yeah.
Did all but 1 wound,
Yeah.
which is great, really. Wounding on 5s.
Yeah.
Very
Really
good.
good. Really good.
Really,
No, they
really
always
effective.
always come out so good. The Queensguard.
I had a 4-up armor save, so I was actually a bit disappointed to lose 4 wounds to it.
And Aegis.
And a 5-up Aegis, so that was very good, I think.
Yeah,
Nearly
it's
killing
incredible. It's incredible. And but you get so close, you're like, oh, just one more.
him. Nah, you get greedy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've hidden the wounds behind his bottom. No, I haven't. It's kind of behind his head. Yeah, cool. So overview of your turn 1 movement. I think is that after I've moved. It is. Yeah, I've moved. Yeah. So a tentative move forward with my Raptors. Or did I fail a charge? Don't think I failed. Oh, maybe I did. I'm very close to a
I think you were just being aggressive over there because...
That's true. Yes, I was being aggressive. I intended to flee if you charged me.
Yeah.
That was exactly what I intended
Flee
to do. So I was quite aggressive. Yeah. Good old Saurians and their flee paths.
Yeah.
Yes, everything is still very close to that Taurosaur unit within the 6 inches bubble. Not that the stitches are any good. And I've basically just, come forward a bit, really. Not hugely in your face, but just setting out for future options, really. I get an Erring Strike on the Seaguard. Kill 5, which is decent. Decent enough. Can't remember whether that was the boosted one or not, but 5's alright, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's probably, whether it's boosted or not, 5's a decent result.
If anybody says as well, like, we just use the cards for the cards. So we've got obviously years worth of cards, like years and years worth of cards. So don't pick up if it's wrong because we know that's not what it does.
Yeah,
sometimes.
we know the boosted on Erring is not 3d6 anymore. It's 2d6 boost, maximized.
Yeah, but don't worry about that. We know all that, and we're not playing it like that. For anybody worried.
Indeed, and I get guiding light off on the Raptors who are up front,
yes,
so that when they flee the charge, if the charge comes, they will have a rally on 4 dice, minimized twice. So that is the plan with that. I actually moved my skink captain into the chameleon unit as well, because that way he has a better chance of chaffing something.
Yeah.
He's the one with ranger's boots, so he's moved forward a little bit. Other than that, I think it goes into your turn.
So yeah, moving him up to the side. Again, just aiming to get. I think I can see the back unit of skinks, core skinks here, for a future charge. And I'm like, well, I'll get up close to do some higher, bigger pyro flows and breaths and things like this if I need them. So yeah, just in the flank.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about letting your dragon get around the flank because I didn't really intend on sticking around there.
Yeah, sure.
It wasn't like I had a massive unit. I know I've been very guilty in the past of letting big monsters get around my flank, etc. But I wasn't really fussed about stopping this one because I wasn't sticking on that flank at all. Really. What do you got? You move your chariot off the hill because I was threatening a bit with my raptors.
Yeah, I was. I think it was the Ramphadons as well with their high movement.
Oh, with the toad, yeah.
Yeah,
and
so
they'd also got the spearmen toaded.
I made that like I think it was like a 6/6 charge if you wanted it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just shuffle around. Same with these guys. I think I can. I honestly think I can shoot them.
Yeah, you move back the Rhymar Knights.
Yeah. So I move back in case you charge and go into my Queen's Guard. In which case, then I'll get a counter charge. Is my thought.
Scorching Salvo.
Scorching Salvo. Now I'm in your grill.
Ouch.
And it all came off, and did just a bunch of wounds everywhere. Happy days.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it kills skinks, wasn't it? Yeah, I think you rolled really well on your D3s. Because if you look at that,
absolutely.
Quite a lot of. I suppose you rolled lots of
2 high, 1 low, and the rest average, which averages out as up.
Absolutely.
I'm up, boys. Banking in.
And it's easy to kill skinks, strength 4.
Exactly.
Res
so,
2.
Just chewed through.
Yeah.
But crucially didn't do the last wound on the Stegosaur. Or
no, it did not.
Which I was I was hoping as a bonus, but.
Very cool. Blaze kills another. Ramphadon.
Yeah, put that into that as well.
Which is cool. You get your favourite spell on the Queen's Guard this time.
Ooh, yeah. Again, for the Raptors, I need to smash up the Raptors.
Yeah. This was obviously when I was feeling like you were rolling well, because I was like, take a picture of that. Take a picture of that. I don't know what that is a picture of, though. What were you rolling hot on? Was that your shooting?
Probably to hit or to wound. Maybe that would be to wound roll with the Queen's Guard. Because wound are 4s, I think. So.
Yeah, or 5s. There's a 4 there. No, you were wounding on 4s. So, yes.
So,
but I saved a fair few, to be honest. Because, I mean, how many wounds did you get through there? You got through 8 wounds. I had a 3-up armor save.
Yeah, but this is the bolt thrower as well, I think. Doing that. So
yes, because 2 definitely survive. We know that. Yeah, decent.
Happy enough with that. I don't think you can do too much with 2. You might chaff, but I'm not really bothered by chaffing. So
yeah, and I think the Stegosaur managed to pass an Aegis save on the bolt thrower shot. Whew. So he's still alive. That Stidge. He's not going down easy. He'll be wounded easily, but he's not going to die easily. Yeah. Cool. So we go into my turn 2, and having said that, I wasn't planning on sticking around on the right flank. Indeed, I'm not. The Ramphadons have gone flying forwards.
Absolutely.
Everything else decides to go, right, I'm going to kill that dragon.
Yeah, poison.
Yeah, and toxic breath weapon.
Toxic breath weapon, which is the main one.
Yeah, hoping for a few 6s to wound.
Basically. Again, fishing for 6s, but if they all come. I've only got 4 wounds. This is the big negative of a young dragon.
Yeah, I mean, 2-up armor save is obviously going to plink away the blowpipes, but I've also pointed my Quattle towards him for some extra divination magic as well.
Yes.
I can't remember whether I took Fate's Judgment, but even if I did, I don't think I did because 2-up armor would just bounce away Fate's Judgment anyway.
Sure.
But I've got an Erring Strike and I've got Spark of Creation, so I'm hoping everything to hit that dragon. Basically, is my plan.
Yeah. Get rid of the dragon.
Ramphidons have actually found the sweet spot. They can't be charged by the spearmen, and they're behind the hill, so the chariot can't see them either.
Yep.
So they're in a nice spot.
Or the giant, or the giant dragon.
Yes, absolutely. And the Raptor Riders move up to bait your spearmen, again, to play quite aggressively. I haven't really decided whether they're there to flee or not, so that's just to see what you do, really. But I have got the Taurosaur ready to countercharge whatever comes forward. Because the Taurosaur's kind of like, he did have all his friends around him to begin with. Now everyone's gone in various directions.
Yeah.
The Salamanders marched up to shoot to try and kill a few Seaguard as well, which is cool.
Uh-huh.
And the 2 remaining Raptors have gone up to chaff Queensguard. Stroke, make you shoot. Obviously, there isn't really a chaffing Seaguard kind of thing.
Yeah.
They'll just shoot you anyway. But it is to make you kill them, basically. And if you don't, then I'll charge you to Queensguard within short range, within no stand and shoot range, or if you find a way of getting more than 5 inches, more than whatever away, then I'll just charge you bolt throw instead. And meanwhile, the Saurian warriors just chill out, ready, moving forward, really.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a close-up on my movement. I don't think that's anything yet.
Not into magic yet.
Yeah. And again, close-up on my movement. In the sweet spot, here I am, ready to go. Yeah, obviously I was bored. Took some pictures. So magic was a bit of a bust. I got 1 wound with
all the dibs.
With everything. I really wanted to do more than that with Spark of Creation, and I think I even possibly tried a swarm of insects to get dice out of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, just did 1 wound. Very disappointing, really. At least I think that's only magic.
I've got Obsidian Rock, so I guess you might get 1 less spell than usual, as I thought. But
perhaps, yeah. But all of my spells were going into that. There was nothing else going elsewhere. And shooting-wise, this is after my Salamander has misfired. He only misfires on a 1 on a d6.
Yes.
But he decided to misfire, so took a wound. I haven't done any wounds to your dragon. I remember it being disappointing. I don't know if it was that disappointing. But if there's no further pictures of it, then maybe I didn't do any wounds with shooting.
See.
So, yeah, still no wounds on that dragon. It looks like that's an overview of the end of my turn.
Yeah, and this is me going over to check some measuring.
What I've left you, yeah. So, yeah, very disappointing.
Magic and shooting, yeah.
I think I would have done well to kill the dragon. With a 2-up armor.
I think the toxic you rolled fairly average and then just no 6s.
No 6s. Yeah.
It wasn't like you rolled 2 or anything. It was just you just didn't roll any 6s.
Exactly. I think I got the hit. I got the hits. I didn't get the wounds, basically.
Yeah.
And the like we say, the blowpipes and the javelins, AP 0. So
yeah, man.
There you go. So yes, what are you going to do about it? Turn 3. Charge.
Just charge. Simple, really.
I didn't flee because I only had a 2-up armor that goes to 4-up. Is that right? Are you AP 2 on the charge with the Rhymer?
No, I'm just plus strength, so
you didn't have a
remnant. Only goes to 3-up here.
So yeah, I had 3-up armor, and I figured you were wounding on 5, so you got a lot of attacks. But I thought I could grind that one.
I'd be wounding on 4s on the charge, but my AP is not as high, so it's the other way around,
Yeah, but I was hoping I could grind that one, and with my Taurosaur right there for a counter charge into their flank, I was hoping that was worth holding. You can just see in the top left of the picture, which hopefully we've got a picture of now. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
The Rhymer made a decent charge. I think it was only a 9, actually. It wasn't
much.
Huge, was it?
Yeah, and I was like, the worst happens is I stumble forward if I don't get that, so...
Yeah, they were only counter-charged with the Saurian warriors, and they were quite a way away, so it wasn't a disaster if you failed it. But,
absolutely, so,
you got into the flank.
to mop them up as well, so...
Yeah, and it puts you in a nice position as well, because the Queen's Guard can volley fire over them, or round them, so... It's not really a terrible thing to have your Rhymer standing in front of them.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So,
yeah, I mean, I guess I could have had my Raptors a bit further to the right, but I think I was avoiding the line of sight of the Lothern. The Seaguard.
Yes, yeah, like literally exactly,
Yeah, so I couldn't have got too much further away. Over here, what is
So I
this?
moved down by about 3 inches.
Yeah, you're like, they can't hurt me. I was just stunned it.
Just yeah, again, breath weapon. I saved my breath weapon, so I'm going to use it at this
Mm,
point. I've got loads of
yeah.
pyro. Let's see what I can do back, basically.
And you're desperate to kill that Stygius,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
and just move your line chariot a bit,
So
didn't
yeah, I
you?
move him a bit awkwardly. Just thinking that obviously I'm only going. He's only going to be for counter charge, but like my line chariot's really only good at this point if my bot thrower dies, and if he doesn't die, then
Yes.
my line chariot's safe. So I'm like
Yeah, it was an interesting one
worst
actually.
worst case scenario sort of thing.
I really liked this move that you made. Really liked it because it was kind of like obviously my Ramphidons are there to charge your bolt thrower. At this point, I was like, he can't save his bolt thrower.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually, hang on. He can't save his bolt thrower, but he can get more points for killing my
Yeah, and
Ramphidons.
that's what I thought. If my
So I was like,
I'm obviously
ah,
going to try and kill the
shiza.
Ramphidons, like with
Yeah.
shooting or whatever, or the
Mm.
Styg if I need to.
Yeah.
But if he
Yeah.
dies, he dies, and I'll hopefully get
Mm.
Catclaw like
Oh, you'd
charge on
absolutely
them.
kill the
Yeah,
Ramphidons,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, my best hope if I was going to charge the bolt thrower was to overrun out of line of sight.
Yeah.
But I'm frenzied, so the chances of that.
And
Yeah.
worst case scenario from it, or like best case, is that I'm so obviously waiting for the counter charge that you don't charge, and I'm like, well, that buys me a turn.
Exactly.
So, like,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
it's a bit of a win-win, I think.
I think it was a good move, definitely. And Seaguard just moved to there, really.
Yeah, again,
Yeah.
happy that I'm going to clear this up, so I've got to turn to the right, keeping your Taurosaur in the front, but not caring about Salamander. So I'm
Yeah,
going, that's fine.
I guess the salamander doesn't really concern you at all, does it?
He'll do
You know,
some wounds, like start off
if he
with, and
hits,
then.
yeah, yeah.
But I can shoot him as well, so
Exactly.
it's not a big one.
It's not, yeah, not too much of a threat to you, really. Oh yeah, this was my Stygius surviving again, wasn't it?
Yes, so another Scorching Salvo goes off, so 24
Yeah.
inches, whatever, so plink, 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 and he survives.
Yeah,
Oh.
you even did 4 hits on him, didn't you?
Yeah, I did the blaze on him as well, which is
Mm.
obviously the strength 6 now, and just keeps
Yeah.
saving it. I think he,
He
he
didn't even need the armor.
Yeah.
He didn't even need the Aegis because he didn't have it anymore.
No, just
So yeah,
good old boy.
I really cannot complain about failing those 4-up armor saves from the first turn because he survived way longer than he should have done afterwards. So yeah, so there's that.
Breath weapon.
Kills them. Breath weapon deals with those. Yeah, absolutely.
And then you panic, I think.
Oh,
So I'll kill your unit to a man, and then your main dude panics, I think. Or did you bring your guy out on purpose?
I don't know. When did he come out? He's not out
Oh,
there.
he's got me. Yeah. So I've killed the unit with the
was
breath
the
weapon.
last
So
guy surviving. Yeah,
He panicked.
he panics off away from the closest enemy, which is your dragon. So yeah, which is an interesting place for him to land. Yes, Queen's Guard. Deal with the salamander.
Yeah. And or bolt thrower, I can't remember.
Yeah. Is this you doing 1 wound too, or?
Don't know. Loven on the Ramphidons, it would have been.
Yeah, but I think you didn't do any wounds to them.
No, 3-up armor.
They are 3-up armor,
yeah.
so yeah, they're decent and hard target. So
yeah.
Cool. Obviously, I made a good roll here. Oh, this is not a great roll. In fact, actually, I don't know what the 5 is. What's the 5? I was thinking that this was maybe I was thinking it's something.
This is
combat. This is armor. This is armor saves of my 2 raptors.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The 5 is something. Yeah. So Rhymer Knight's charging to the flank of the raptors.
Strength 6.
You are strength
AP3.
6. AP3.
2
up goes to 5 up. That's an armor.
They call me lucky 6s.
I know, yeah.
I didn't even consider they'd survive or one would survive.
Neither did I. We barely rolled it, did we? We were like, should we roll this?
Yeah. But I'm like, all right, charge, flank. I guess big flank or whatever, and a wound. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, and
yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they stick
Cold-blooded,
around.
mate.
They stick
Cold-blooded.
around. We shouldn't put my guys in the best position.
No, with a Taurosaur, literally looking at them.
Oh,
To be
rubber
fair.
lance, rubber lance.
And
It wasn't even that. It was just
it's
ultra
just,
armor.
it's
Ultra
just
armor.
adamantium armor,
Yeah,
really.
right.
You know,
That was funny.
the lizardmen decided to spend a bit of their budget on that. And however, we should mention that
Yes.
the adamantine armor didn't go so far as the other unit because they were 4 up armor save.
3 up. 3 up. They were 3 up.
3 up, yes. I passed 2 of the 6 ones that you got through. But how crazy is that? That's the wrong way around, really, isn't it?
We were like, I don't know how much these guys will do against it. It'd be interesting. It was a bit swingy either way. If we get magic, didn't get magic. And the other one, didn't even consider you'd be alive. There was no chance. There was no chance in my head. But hey.
It was completely the wrong
That's
way
why
around.
we roll the dice.
Isn't it just?
Yeah. People complain about UB, eh?
I don't know. It's not enough to save the one survivor. He runs. You don't chase after him, though.
No,
you don't need to.
I can't risk having a flank.
No, I mean, it is capture the flag, so letting him go potentially does mean I don't lose a flag. But yes, you've got a bit of a problem now with your Rhymer where they are. So you kind of have to change your outlook a little bit. Don't you?
Exactly.
Cool. So that's the overview of how it looks at the end of your turn 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, all happening.
Yeah.
All happening.
Didn't quite manage to panic your skinks at the bottom as well.
No.
Through getting rid of that top unit. So I was hoping because they're on their own leadership, I was hoping they'd bomb off. But
top unit.
There was a chameleon unit above them, wasn't there?
Oh.
That is not there anymore because I've flame breathed them.
Yes, sure. Yeah, gotcha. Cool. So I declare the charge with the Taurosaur. Get in, which is awesome. I don't get into the rear with the Saurian warriors.
Though. No, you do declare it though.
Yeah. I wanted to get everything as close in your grill as I could.
Yeah,
it was a fairly long charge. I think it was like 9 or 10 maybe. I didn't see any negative in failing it really because I suppose I could have moved a good 8 inches nearer, but I think I actually failed the charge and moved about 5 anyway, so it wasn't a disaster.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Taurosaur's obviously going to cause a bit of damage on his own.
Yep.
So.
Not great.
No. And your Catclaw move definitely did the job because I moved my Ramphidons away and just went for the spears instead. Similarly, I give up on Kill Dragon.
Yeah.
And just move out of line of sight of him with the Stygiusaur instead, really. Yeah, Styg doesn't have a toxic breath weapon anymore. So really, there's not a lot he's adding to that the Quattle can't do on his own anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Swarm of Insects isn't going to hurt him. I've got Spark of Creation and Unerring Strike on the Quattle.
Yeah,
so,
they're all you're going to try. So.
Yeah. My single Raptor does rally, so that's good. And yeah, I leave the Javelin skinks next to your dragon, really. Just if he wants to waste a turn killing them, he can.
Yeah.
I say waste a turn. They're still a capture the flag, so there's that. And then this happens.
Oh man.
I have 5 diced, I think 3 spells.
Yeah.
In the last No, in the last few weeks. Because I did it a couple of times with Dread Elves in the last round of the tournament. And it paid off beautifully. So I was due this. I really was. So in the context of I've just let my Quattle go down a hole, and that's 975 points that I give you for a Spark of Creation. However, I killed the dragon.
Yeah, so Unerring Strike goes off.
Yeah,
you get 1.
800 points back. So
and then you get the Spark Creation. I do have a chance to get it. I think I've got 6 dice at this point. And I'm like, you know, I'm obviously going to let you die. And I'm actually thinking, you know what, Spark Creation, that could go either way. You've got
D6,
2
it
wounds
could be 1 hit.
against me. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
He could, and then he dies. To the wound. I'm like,
To be fair, you'd have needed quite a lot of Dispel dice to stop that casting roll.
Yeah.
So,
good.
you know.
But, so, Yeah, good to survive. And if I survive that, it's just been mental. But
In terms of
at least
victory
you got me.
points, it's a fairly even exchange. I
Yeah,
do lose out slightly more than you in terms of points, and also I have very little magic compared to your Master of Conric Tower still.
yeah,
Um, it's just a lot of points cleared off the table in one fell swoop, really,
yeah.
isn't it?
Both of us. It's like
Yeah,
killing each other as you
yeah,
jab,
yeah, yeah. Exactly.
jabber.
A javelin kills a spearman in the other side of death.
Yes.
And yeah, bye bye
uh,
Ryman. They,
yeah,
I think I rolled a 6 on my impact hits, didn't I?
yeah. I'm pretty sure they're dead as well, rather than
They are very dead.
running.
Yeah,
So that they're
yeah,
just done. They're gone.
absolutely. And we had a weird one where there was a potential that my Raptor, if he rolled like a 111 for his pursuit or whatever, then he could block the Taurosaur
Yeah,
from getting into the Queen's Guard. But fortunately, I didn't roll a 111. I rolled whatever I needed,
yeah.
and they both overrun into the Queen's Guard, which puts your Queen's Guard in a bit of a spot, actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, just that your guy surviving and the other ones basically cost me what 550 and
Yeah,
nearly 1,000 points.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, well done, Mr. Raptor.
absolutely.
And here we go, the end of my turn 3. Looking a little bit less models on the table, but I am without a Quattle or General. So
Yeah, man.
really happy with the Taurosaur, though. You know what I mean? Not that he had to do a lot of that to achieve that position. It was all on the Raptor and the armor save.
Yeah,
Cool. Into your turn 4. You declare that charge.
yeah. Charge. Let's go for it.
Yeah, there was always a risk that in charging with the Saurian Warriors, I was leaving the flank. Decided to risk it.
Yeah,
Oh well. You fail though,
I
which is good. Yeah. And now Catclaw comes out from behind the hill because the Rampons are no longer a
Yeah,
threat.
put some pressure on. See what you do. No, nothing really calculated with this. It's just move him up. There aren't any. No, make sure no one can charge him, and see if you can charge anyone else.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, my Stitch can't see the Bolt Thrower either.
Yeah,
What happened to the? I think there is a skink behind the Sigiosaur as well, the one that fled.
the chap.
He
Yeah.
rallied in the last turn. Yeah. Cool. And your Sea Guard move to face the Taurosaur as well for a potential counter charge, depending on how that ends up.
Again, look at the counter charges or whatever.
You get Awaken the Beast on the spears. I think that's probably resilience, isn't it?
Resilience for when the Raptors come in. I'm very much expecting that.
The toads on them. That was my plan. Bolt Thrower pangs off that guy finally.
Yeah. Yay!
And this is the Bolt Thrower having missed most of the previous 3 turns of shooting.
Yeah, whatever.
So everyone's been trying to kill this guy, and the one that hasn't hit yet manages to do it.
There you go.
So,
Taking it in turns.
Yeah, exactly. He's finally dead. Over here, you do actually pop the Raptor, which is quite important.
Moral victory.
Yeah.
But also scoring. Yeah.
Scoring unit goes down for 1-0 to you. However, you do get a wound on the Taurosaur, and I kill a shed ton of Queen's Guard. And I overrun and catch the remaining 2.
And they're done, mate.
Which quickly makes it 1-1 in scoring units.
Yeah.
Which is cool
2-1 to you.
2-1 to me because I got the right one. That's correct. Yes. I declare this charge on the Bolt Thrower.
Yeah. And Lothern cover volley.
Cover volley. Yeah. Be enough for that. And I get in this time, which is cool.
Yep.
I think that time it was probably about 6 or a 7, but made it, which is good. And I go for this charge. In my mind, this was only ever the decision I was going to make. I'll put that in now. I didn't even consider not charging that. I'll say that right now. Even with Awaken the Beast, made no difference to my decision. I chaff.
Yep.
Oh no, I failed the charge. In fact, I failed a charge with him on the Bolt Thrower. He's actually movement 8 with Ranger's boots. I think I rolled really low, but that was how low was the failed charge because I still am chaffing Catclaw.
Yeah.
I started the move chaffing Catclaw and I ended the move chaffing Catclaw.
There you go, mate.
Yeah. I move my remaining scoring units. I just scatter. Pew!
Yeah.
scatters to the wind, basically, to keep my 3 scoring units at the back.
It's like a splash,
Hopefully,
isn't it?
yeah,
Just
exactly.
move away from the forest.
Exactly. I try to use the forest as cover as well where I can.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, those units aren't going to achieve anything on their own for the rest of this battle.
Well, just
So they
scoring,
just need
isn't
to
it?
keep their scoring alive while I'm 2-1 up.
Yeah,
I've still got my Saurian warriors scoring as well. But... So something I'm not lacking in this list is scoring. But... Taurosaur turns around. I don't think he pursued off the board, did he?
No,
Maybe he did.
He just turns around. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't do a lot with it. But I am out line of sight Sea Guard, which is the main thing.
Very much so.
I shoot a single Sea Guard, as you do.
Every little helps.
Yeah, and this is the result of the Ramphadons. I take 5 wounds, 4 wounds actually. Yeah, you just smashed me up, didn't you? Really?
Yeah, it was 4 for. I think I had 7 or 8 attacks. Probably 7.
I think I whiffed, didn't I, as well?
Yeah.
Which obviously doesn't help, especially when you're block coding and re-rolling your hits.
Yeah.
I felt like I should have done a lot more. But you did have resilience 4.
Yeah, and I was always going to be steadfast, is the thing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, and I think I didn't really appreciate that when I went in. I think I got a bit blinded by the whole Toad Rage
in the flank,
and just re-rolling to hit and all that lot.
Yeah.
So I think when you look at it mathematically, this was always going to happen. Even if I didn't lose so many in return, you were always going to be steadfast. You were always going to turn around and you were always going to kill them next turn.
Sure.
I didn't really expect you to kill that many this turn when you only had 5 guys attacking or whatever.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah. And I whiffed as well, which doesn't help. So I killed the bolt thrower and reform me, like so. I have every intention of fleeing the Sea Guard, though. So don't be fooled by that.
Don't be fooled.
Yeah, I mean, use your Sea Guards. I know that most of them are wounding on 5s, but your Prince alone can kill
it's the Prince
6
in them.
of them.
It's the Prince.
He can kill 6 on his own.
Yeah. For sure.
And also, I'm thinking if I flee the charge, you won't have anyone to redirect it to, which leaves my Taurosaur with a flank charge.
Yeah.
So I was quite liking that idea. And sure enough, you declare the charge. And on my skink as well.
Yeah, you get cat claw in. Yeah, so what I'm thinking with the Lovin, and obviously I know that a flee is a possibility, but it's not that bad for me because you're a character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So worst case scenario, you come into me, and I just challenge you out with a champ or BSB or whatever, and then hopefully I will be steadfast.
Yeah.
Should turn to face.
Yeah.
Then we get it on.
Yeah, absolutely. He goes in. You declare that charge. I haven't actually got my flee. I'm sure I flee.
I'm sure you flee.
We'll find out.
But I do fail charge regardless.
Yeah.
Get Awaken the Beast off. +1 strength, which I think you let off.
Possibly, yeah.
And Oaken Throne I get off as well. Hoping for later to recoup the wounds that are surely coming.
Yeah. And Bolt Thrower continues his good form and pangs it through the forest.
He does, yeah.
I think you needed a 6 to hit, didn't you? Probably long range.
Long range and cover, so 5s, yeah.
Yeah, so nice one.
Does the job. Scoring 2-2.
Absolutely. Big, really. Runs over him. Absolutely, as you'd expect.
Yeah.
They kill the remaining Ramphadon and I don't think you actually turned them with any purpose. They had nothing they could do.
They're just to watch. Just to watch, really.
Yeah. I basically fed you those Ramphadon points, actually, as it turned out, which was a bit of a shame because I think they deserve better. Maybe they should have just gone into the Sea Guard Reaper, and actually they would have saved me a few points because at that point my Stygiusaur was still alive and my Raptor Riders were still alive, and that Bolt Thrower killed both of those units. So should have just sacrificed my Ramphadons at that point rather than wasting them on this spear charge. But hey,
I think you've only killed 10 of me over ridiculous. 2 rounds. So.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I may have even done more wounds this combat.
Yeah, silly.
Than I did the first time. But hey, cool. I rally my Saurian warriors and declare that charge in the flank, just like we say. I don't think I'd really assessed the whole. You were going to accept the challenge with the champion and be
Yeah, the
steadfast,
character thing.
reform, etc.
The character single model is
Mm.
big here, really.
Yeah, I
Cause,
mean, yeah, we're kind of foreshadowing what happens, which is probably unintentional, but
yeah, yeah.
you know, yeah, yeah, we will see what happens. There goes the champion dead, and the
Yeah,
reform.
absolutely.
Um,
Overkill him all you like.
exactly. Yeah, definitely.
His
I
head has
mean,
been trampled down several times.
yeah, we're going into your turn 6, so it's not as though the Saurian warriors could charge into the flank this
No.
turn. So over here, I think I'm just moving
Yeah,
further
overview as
away.
well.
Really, yeah. Not a whole lot left on the board. Really, there is a skink unit.
Yeah, a lot of
Oh,
death.
right.
A lot of death in this one.
Yeah. I get altered sight on. No, you get
I
altered
get off.
sight, do you?
Yeah, for your
Yeah.
minus. I think it's -2 offensive and
Sure.
skill as well. So just so that you're
Yeah.
not hitting me as well. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, and I think by now I've kind of realised the error of my way. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
you can have that. You
So
can have
like,
one board
yeah,
and stuff.
now that I'm turned to face and all that, my lord's gonna go in. But my biggest positive is my defensive skill being 9. So if
Yeah.
I can get you down to defensive 1, that means you're hitting me on 6s.
Offensive one. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm like, that's and it's
Very
not
much so.
it's not the worst spell either. It's
No,
like
no, not at
from
all.
your point of view. So you got to
Yeah.
let that out and go.
Yeah, I loved cosmology when I had it for Dread Elf. So yeah, I definitely.
Yeah.
Bolt thrower it does turn 6 shooting
Yeah,
and kills a few more skinks. You don't panic the unit, so you are still just 2-2. We're at 2-2 now.
2-2.
Because I lost my Raptor. Yeah. So you don't quite manage to panic them off.
No, but worth a go. Well done for trying.
Yeah, absolutely. So he basically missed his first 3 turns this year.
Yeah.
And then nailed the.
He's a late game bolt thrower. You don't see him a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I need to remember that when I have a chance to charge
Yeah.
him on my turn 3, don't I? So.
Absolutely.
And that's writing on the wall, like we've foreshadowed. Really, it wasn't even close. You literally did the 3 wounds you needed to do. And did you kill him?
No, I did 3 wounds to make it 5.
It's got 1 wound left. Yeah,
But combat res and the fact that I think you only did 1 to me, including
because I'm
the
hitting on
stomp and
5s,
stuff.
aren't I? Yeah.
Yeah, well, you hit me. I don't think you had normal text and anything. I think your 1 came from the stomp. But I've got a 1 up as well, so I'm still 4 up against your stomp. So I'm like,
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But
I believe we haven't got our usual symbol, but I think that's the last picture.
Yeah, man.
So it says a 2-2 draw in terms of capture the flags, but because of the late game feeding you points, I think it probably was going your way anyway in terms of points. I think you were looking at probably an 11-9 up until the point I fed you the Ramphadons and then I fed you the Taurosaur. I didn't for a minute consider how much I was giving you my points at the end because I made the Ramphadon charge. You did not have the chance to charge them with your spearmen. The Ramphadons came to you. Similarly, the Taurosaur, I had, instead of charging you, I could have moved around the Seaguard and you wouldn't have been able to charge me.
Yeah.
And so those 2 units combined are worth 1,100 points. And I charged you and died.
I think it can be a sort of, I guess, a lesson, but like in terms of, because it, on the face of it, going into the flanks of both of those units is incredible. Is really, really good. But I guess it's just like the long term, because none of my all the things that happened to me happened on the 2nd or 3rd round of combat.
Yeah.
So it's just that. So just
Yeah, I think I was just a little bit like, oh man, I didn't have to lose that 115.5. If I was in a tournament, and this was, when you know you've lost, you preserve your points. And I kind of knew that I hadn't won because of that Raptor going down and it being captured flags 2-2. If I was 2-1 up in objective, then obviously it comes back and I possibly get a small win. So maybe that would have helped me to stay switched on and not feed you my points at the end. But only getting 5 victory points compared to 9 or 8, I would have been very disappointed if this was a tournament.
Yeah.
As it happens, it's a friendly, and I just need to remember, just keep your points alive. You don't have to try and push for that. Because I don't think I even really... Maybe the Ramphilons and the Spearmen, I was kind of thinking maybe I could break the Spearmen over 2 turns.
Yeah. See, I was thinking the longer it goes on, the better it is.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to do 1 or 2 wounds every turn, and you only have 2 wounds each.
Yeah.
They just need to go in with something, I think. To be like the ultra unit they are. But yeah.
Yeah, but good game. Really good game. Some twists and turns. Some
Absolutely.
crazy dice moments. Obviously, Dragon and Coatl going down.
Yeah, it was cool.
One big explosion was really awesome. So yeah, there we go. Good game. Good to get on the tabletop, and a good return for the Highborn Elves in their new list. And you're thinking of something different for Highborn Elves?
Oh yeah,
completely.
We won't go too much into it, but yeah, I've got a lot more models over the things because of Gobbo's been kind. So we'll I'm thinking of changing it up completely. So we'll have a look and we'll have a see.
He says completely this time. He means it.
Yeah, this is not just one Queen's Guard for an eagle or whatever, but yeah. Well, we'll go down a different path and we'll check out some different Highborn stuff as well, because we've been playing this for a while, this sort of like iteration type thing, and we'll go to mix it up. Some big fun, but yeah. If you, like, share, subscribe. Hope you're enjoying back to real life battles on our channel, which is nice. And yeah, keep the comments coming, guys. Really,
absolutely, they're good fun.
It's always good. It always keeps it going.
Oh, I love it when they pop up. I love it. Really do. Especially the ones when you insult the sixes. Anyway, yeah, cool.
Which is quite a lot.
It really isn't. Not enough. Cool. Right. So let's roll on the next one. More tabletop. Woo.
Tabletop gaming on
See you
PTG.
for the next one. Oh yeah.
See you later.